Uh, yeah, Prabhu, light voice is little lower side, but
I'll try. Is this
yeah,
better?
yeah,
This is better?
yes, Prabhu, yes,
Okay, I'm just talking from the iPad and doing presentation here. I'll present a PowerPoint, that's okay, right?
yes, Prabhu.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Ashtaprayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhavati Uttama Shlokya Bhakti Bhavati Nishti. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमो नमः नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण just let me get the presentation open. So my question is, where I am continuously doing. So everyone's on mute. Right? I'm talking from another device. So just let me mute on the laptop here. Okay. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is Ekadasi, very auspicious to spend Ekadasis on hearing about Krishna, chanting Krishna, and spending the entire day as much as possible on Krishna. You can hear if others can mute, please. Someone is unmuting. Okay. So 8th canto. Okay. So as so far you have come to 6, 7 until yesterday. Okay. Sorry, some system settings. Okay, so Srimad Bhagavatam consists of 12 cantos. As you have already finished 1 to 6 on Monday, Tuesday you did the 7th canto, and today we have come to the 8th canto. So the entire Bhagavatam actually covers 10 topics, just like Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 topics. Srimad Bhagavatam or any major Purana for that matter has to cover 10 topics. Then it's considered a major Purana. It should contain about Sarga, Visarga, Sthana, creation, secondary creation, Sthana, Poshana, Uti, Manvantara, Ishanukata, Ashraya Tattva, Mukti and Nirodha. So these are the 10 topics. And the 8th canto, which we are discussing today, specifically discusses Manvantara. Beautiful word, Manvantara. So what is Manvantara itself? Okay, Manvantarani Saddharmaha. So the first created being, according to our Shastras, is Swayambhuva Manu. I mean, first created being is Brahma actually, that way. But when I'm saying the Prajapati style couple who expanded the population on this planet Earth is Manvantara, is Swayambhuva Manu. Manu. From there, this English word came, man. Manu, man. So there is a period, a reign of Manvantara, and these Manus are set up by the Lord for establishing Dharma, Sadharma, eternal Dharma, Sanatana Dharma. So Manu is actually the father of mankind. We have all come from Swayambhuva Manu. In the Western term, you can consider something like Adam and Eve, Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, his wife. So they were the progenitors, they were the main people who started Prajapatis, and they are empowered to guide human race, humankind towards self-realization. So Manu provides all the revealed scriptures. There's actually Manu Smriti, Manu Samhita, how to live life in a dharmic way. And the government of India at one point in the 30s and 40s actually and 50s, our laws were based on Manu Smriti, which is the Dharma Shastra. Okay, the Dharma Shastras, they regulate our activities and guide us in a way to attain the goal of life and the purpose of life, to go back to God, go to Godhead, that is, end material life and go back to a spiritual world. So that is the main job of Manu, and every Manu has a certain period, Manvantara. So like for example, in the term of government, there is a 5-year term. Similarly, Manu has a term, 74 Chatur Yugas or something like that. I'll explain that in the next slide. And then usually we say, for example, in casual talk, we'll say, when did India open up its economy? We'll say, oh, during the term of Narasimha Rao. Similarly, when did this pastime in the Bhagvata happen? During this Manvantara, during that Manvantara, during Vaivasvata Manvantara, during Chakshusha Manvantara, during the Manvantara Swayambhuva Manu. So we see, when we see Bhagavatam, Katha, pastimes, through the perspective of Manvantara, it gives a different flavor, which we will see today. So as I said, we are in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is how much? 432,000 years, which means 4.32 lakh years, for about 4,32,000 years. Then before Kali Yuga was Dwapara Yuga, which is 8 lakhs, 8.6 lakhs. Before that was Treta Yuga, which is about 13 lakhs, 12.96 lakhs, 1.2 million. And then before that Satya Yuga, which is so many millions of years, 1.7, 18 lakh years. That was the term of each Yuga. This whole thing together is called one Chatur Yuga, 4 Yugas in one. And this is about 4.3 million years or 43 lakh years. And then that goes to the duration of one Manvantara is what? 71 Chatur Yugas, which means what? 71 times, 71 into 43 lakh years is the duration of, is the term of one Manu. And these Manus are not in their position through democratic government or through process of vote. They are all there by the performance of their tapasya, by the performance of their dharma for the welfare of humankind. And that the Supreme Lord has his own requisites, conditions, and how certain, in terms of dharma, and they're all placed in their positions. So that is and in one Brahma's day, we have 14 Manvantaras. 14 Manvantaras. So imagine, that means 14 into 71 Chatur Yugas is the life of Brahma. And then there's Brahma's day, and the same thing happens for his night. So Brahma's life itself is what? 311 trillion, 40 billion earth years. That much is the life of Brahma. 100 years he lives. Currently, we are in the 51st year of Brahma. 50 years of Brahma have already passed. We are in the second Parartha, Dvitiya Parartha of Brahma's life. Okay, so that is the life term of one Manu, 71 Chatur Yugas. Okay, and in every Manvantara, the Lord appears. In every Manvantara. So there is different kinds of avatars. Krishna is the Swayam Rupa, Swayam Bhagavan. We use the word, he is the fountainhead of all incarnations. That's the word our acharyas have used in English, fountainhead. and then from him he expands into Balarama, Prabhava Prakash, Vaibhava Prakash, and then all these things. And then he expands into different kinds of avatara. Remember, avatara means one who comes from upstairs to downstairs. That's the meaning of avatara. He is coming from a higher planetary system, spiritual world loka, to a lower loka. That's avatara. Like in music, you have heard arohana, going up, avarohana means coming down. So in his self same form in the body, he comes down. So there's Leela avatars such as Matsya, Kurma, Ramachandra, Narsimha, Vamana, Varaha. They're all Leela avatars. They perform Leelas. Then there's the Purusha avatars, Vishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And then the Guna avatars, based on different gunas, he takes a rupa. Then Shaktyavesh avatara. Then there is the Manvantara avatara. There's Yuga avatara. In every yuga, he comes in a particular form to establish the Yuga Dharma. He says right in the Bhagavad Gita, Yada Yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya sambhavami yuge yuge. Every yuga I'm coming, he's saying. What? Paritranaya sadhunana vinashaya cha dushkrita. So to establish dharma. Dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge. For that. By doing paritranaya, protecting sadhus, and vinashaya cha dushkrita, demolishing removing the adharma devotee people of adharma, the asuras, rakshasas, and all this. So that's also the reason he descends and to establish dharma. Then there is also Manvantara avatara. So in Manvantara, he comes in every Manvantara. So we saw 14 Manvantaras. So through those 14 Manvantaras, today we are going to see one avatara that is coming every Manvantara. It's a different way of looking at the Bhagavatam than just. So that's how the 8th canto is also designed. So you understand everything through Manvantaras. Okay, so Manvantara. This in the Bhagavatam it says, Manvantaram Manu Deva Manu Putra Sureshwaraha Rashayo Amsha Avatara Cha Hare Shatvidam Uchyate. So in each Manvantara, just like in each government, whether it's Narasimha Rao government, he's going to have his own finance minister, he's going to have his own cabinet ministry, his home minister, his external affairs minister, his law minister, he's going to have. So similarly, in each Manvantara, they have 6 types of personalities. Who is the ruling Manu? The main Manu. Who is the prime minister of the world? Manu, he. Who are his cabinet ministry? Who are the chief demigods? Who's going to be Indra, Varuna, Chandra, those things? Who are his sons? The sons of that Manu. Who is the Indra for his time? Who are the great sages, the Saptarishis? Marichi, Atri, Bhrigu, Kutsa, Vasishta. Every Manvantara, those Saptarishi Mandala rishis change. Who are they for that particular Manvantara? And who is the incarnation or the supreme personality of Godhead in that Manvantara? So these are the 6 things that we will see also in every Manvantara. At least the first 7. There are 8 to 14. We are in the 7th now. So 8 to 14 is also there, but we will not see so many details because of lack of time. So what will all get, every Manvantara will have the ruling Manu, the main Manu, the demigods is like his cabinet ministry, you can say, his sons. Who's the Indra for that time? The Saptarishis, who are the 7 sages, and who is the partial incarnation, the Supreme Lord, who appeared in his term. Okay, so these are the first 6 Manvantaras that are covered in the first chapter of the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. First and second chapter almost actually. First and few chapters, up to 5th chapter, first and 5th, yeah. Because in between Gajendra comes. So first there is Swayambhuva Manu, then there is Svarochisha Manu, who is the son of Agni, then there is Uttama, who is the son of Priyavrata, then Tamasa, who is Uttama's brother, also son of Priyavrata, Revata, and Chakshusha. We are first going to see these 6 Manus, and one by one we will see the pastimes that happen in every Manvantara covered in the 8th canto. First, let's take Swayambhuva Manu. The first Manu, he is also one of the Mahajanas. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu Kumar Kapilo Manuho Prahalada Janaka Bhishma Bhalir Vayasakir Vayam. So he is one of the Mahajanas, role models in bhakti. So during his time, who was his son? Uttanapada and Priyavrata. And actually, the Bhagavatam up till now, like fourth canto, if you see, is Dhruva, Uttanapada, son Dhruva, fourth canto, fifth canto is about Priyavrata, sixth canto. All these cantos have talked, third canto, almost all the cantos up to here now has been discussed about Swayambhuva Manu. His Manuputra, Uttanapada, Priyavrata, Deva, Yama. Then who is the Indra during his time? Yagna. We will see that. A personality by name Yagna. Then Rishi is Marichi. Of course, there are all the seven, but here because prominent Marichi. Then Amsha. So who is the Lord's incarnation during his time? Kapila Dev and Yagna. These are the two avatars. So you must be remembering Kapila is covered in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's see what did Kapila and Yagna do in this. So during Swayambhuva Manu, Kapila and Yagna, Swayambhuva's had two daughters, Akuti and Devahuti. Devahuti's son is Kapila. In third canto, there's a discussion between Devahuti and Kapila very extensively given. So there's Kapila and Yagna is the son of Akuti. So when Manu, and so what is the pastime of Yagna? We'll just quickly see that, which is covered. So Manu and Shaturupa, after they're finished all these things, their sadhana, their ruling, administration and all that, they went to forest to practice austerities for 100 years. And in trance, he started chanting Upanishads, Mantropanishadani. He started chanting Upanishads. Upon seeing this, the Rakshasas and the Asuras became very hungry and wanted to devour him. That time, the Supreme Lord appeared as Yagna and observed, and they noticed that these Rakshasas and demons wanted to devour Swayambhuva Manu. And so the Lord, accompanied by his sons named as the Yamas and other Devatas, killed the demons and Rakshasas. He then took the post of Indra and began to rule Svargaloka. So he appeared, he protected Swayambhuva Manu, he is the son of Swayambhuva Manu's daughter Akuti, and then he killed these demons and Rakshasas, and he took the post of Indra. So sometimes even the Supreme Lord will take the post of Indra. Remember, these Devatas such as Indra, Varuna, Chandra, they're all not permanent, they're all a position, they're all a post. Anyone can become Indra through their sadhana. Usually in those days it was like if you do 100 Ashwamedha Yagnas, you can become Indra. So it's a post. So a Yagna took on the post of Indraloka and began to rule Svargaloka. Then, so that was in Swayambhuva Manu, Kapila and Yagna. Then there is more also, but in the 8th canto we are seeing what is covered in these manantras. Svarochisha Manu is the son of Agni. He had sons Dhyumat, Sushesh, Sushena, Rochishmat, Tushita was the Deva. Then Sureshwar Rochana, the son of Yagna, became Indra during Svarochisha Manvantara. And then Urja Stamba. And then Vibhu. Vibhu appeared as a supreme personality of Godhead in the Manvantara Svarochisha. So Vibhu is the next pastime. He remained a brahmachari and never married throughout his life. And from him, 88,000 other saintly persons, they were fixed in their vows and vrata, took lessons on achara, conduct, proper conduct, self-control, austerity and all these things. So this was during the time of Svarochisha Manu, Vibhu appeared. Uttama, during the time of Uttama, the Manuputra again, Srinjaya, Yagnahotra, Satya, and then the Devas, all these Devatas came in their different positions. Then Satyajit became Indra. Then Pramada and other sons of Vasishta, other were the Rishis, Sapta Rishis. Then Satyasena appeared as the supreme personality of Godhead in the Manu of Uttama. So Satyasena, what is his pastime? Satyasena, along with his friend Satyajit, who was the king of heaven, Indra. So Satyajit is Indra, remember in this law. Killed all the Rakshasas, Yakshas, people who are misbehaving, ghostly living entities, who gave pain to other living entities. Yeah, so this was the pastime of Satyasena in the Manvantara of Uttama Manu. Okay, then let's go to Tamasa Manu. we'll spend some time here. So Tamas was Uttama's brother. He had 10 sons, Kyati, Nara, Ketu, Prithu and all these. Then Satyakas, Haris, Viras were the Devas. Trishika was Indra. Then Rishis, the Saptarishis were headed by Jyotirdama. And in this Manvantara, Hari appeared as the son of Harini and Harimeda. And what was his main pastime? That Leela that happened, Katha that happened in this time, the pastime that happened was the pastime of Gajendra. So Parikshit Maharaj becomes very curious. So Shukadev, he addresses Shukadev Goswami as Bhadarayani. I wish to hear from you in detail how Gajendra was attacked by a crocodile and was delivered by Hari. So Parikshit Maharaj, he wants to know more details about this pastime. So he picked this pastime and few chapters 2, 3, 4 describe how the Lord during the period of the reign of the fourth Manu protected Gajendra. So in the second chapter, it's a very beautiful katha. Gajendra went to enjoy in bathing in a lake, I think in the Trikuta mountain or something like that, some park, and along with other female elephants. And when they were having that bath, it disturbed the other inhabitants of the lake. So because it disturbed them, the chief crocodile attacked Gajendra's leg, and it actually bit his leg. And Gajendra and this crocodile, Gajendra was trying to fight and all this, and this fight continued for 1,000 years. But because it was inside the lake, inside the water, the crocodile had the upper hand, so he was getting more and more victorious, and Gajendra was losing out, or he's getting weak. And as an ideal devotee does, what do? Being helpless, they cry to the Lord for protection. Just like Draupadi did. What did she do? She was holding on, when Dushasana was pulling her sari, she was holding on with two hands. And Govinda, Govinda, Krishna is still not coming. Govinda, Govinda, she's holding like this. Rukmini is telling Krishna, your devotee is calling, go, go, go. No, she thinks she can save herself with her two hands. So let her try to save herself. Then Govinda, 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 Krishna still didn't come. Rukmini said, no, she's holding on with one hand. She still thinks she can protect herself. Then she did Govinda with two hands like this. And immediately Krishna came to protect her because he knew she is now helpless. That's why in our ISKCON, we raise our two hands like this and chant and cry out Hare Krishna like that. Because we are surrendering like Draupadi, like Gajendra, for the Lord to always protect us. So Gajendra, being an animal, being an elephant, usually an elephant is considered to be dull, less intelligent, cried out to the Lord for protection. Cried, actually, literally cried. You can see this picture of our ISKCON BBT. So when he cried out, the Supreme Lord actually came to protect him as Hari. That Supreme Lord who descended in the fourth Manu came to protect Gajendra. And Gajendra, the first thing, out of gratitude, he's in immense pain. Whenever you're in immense pain, let's say something bites you, Amma, Appa, or you got an accident, Amma, that's how we scream. We don't scream Narayana, that is where we fail. Right? If something like a crocodile bites you, will you really scream Narayana, or will you scream Amma, Appa? That is because of our leather bag body consciousness. We are not that, but the state, an elephant called out to Supreme Lord Narayana. He came, and when Narayana came, he was so moved in his heart. He wanted to give something to the Lord. Even in that pain, wherever his trunk could reached out to the lotus flower and gave it to the Supreme Lord Narayana. That gratitude to Narayana. So that was Gajendra. Yeah. So then Gajendra offers prayers. Actually, he offered his prayers. That prayer that he had learnt in his previous life. In his previous life, he was a king, Indradyumna. He had learnt some shlokas then. So then he remembered that and he offered that prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam, he starts that beautiful prayer, Gajendra Stuti it's called. And in all these stutis, when they offer prayers, it's very technical, highly philosophical, talks about the Supreme Lord's position, Narayana, Krishna, what's his position, how the world runs from out of his energies, his transcendental position, he's above the three modes of material nature, he's a person, he's not some light or anything. So all these things are very well presented in those prayers as well because of that realization. Remember the devotees like Gajendra, and when they offer this Stuti, Kunti, it's all realization. It's not some information. Here we may share some information, but all these should turn into realization to worship the Supreme Lord. So Gajendra prayers, so satisfied with the prayers offered by Gajendra, the Lord lifts him from the water, kills that crocodile with a Sudarshan Chakra and delivers them both. This is the greatness of being killed by the Supreme Lord. And so, to give some background to that pastime, Parikshit Maharaj tells, Shukadeva Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj, actually Gajendra was a king Indradyumna in his previous birth, and the crocodile was a Gandharva by name Huhu. So they had done something, and the crocodile was cursed, Gajendra was cursed to come, and the curse was a benefit for them because they were going to attain the Supreme Lord. So the crocodile was also delivered, and Gajendra also attained Sarupya Mukti. Sarupya Mukti means he attained a spiritual body with 4 hands, similar to that of Narayana. He is not Narayana, but he attained a body similar to that of Narayana in the spiritual abode Vaikuntha planets. And then the 4th chapter offers a phala, a fruit. A fruit. If you chant the Gajendra Stuti first thing in the morning when you wake up, your residence in the spiritual world is guaranteed. That doesn't mean you stop chanting Hare Krishna and do only this. You do Hare Krishna also should be done, this also can be done. It gives you a phala, that spiritual world residence is guaranteed for you at the end of their lives. That's the phala in the end of the 4th chapter. Okay, so that is the Gajendra Moksha story, very beautiful katha. And the more detail is given here, we can only do an overview here. Okay, then Revata is the next Manu, 5th Manu. He is Tamasa's brother, and in his Manvantara he had Arjun, Bali, Vindhya as his sons. Not Bali of Bali Maharaj, another Bali. Then Vibhu became Indra. Then there is all these rishis who took on Saptarishi Mandala. And then Vaikuntha appeared as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this Manvantara. So what did this Revata, in Revata's period, what did Vaikuntha do? To please Rama Devi, the goddess of fortune Lakshmi, he at her request created another Vaikuntha planet which is worshipped by everyone. So this Vaikuntha is already existing beyond our material world, but he created another Vaikuntha planet within this universe on top of the mountain known as Loka mountains. It's almost at the end of this material universe. Loka mountains are there, and I mean, when you do cosmology, you will understand that thing. So anyway, there's one Vaikuntha planet over there which is worshipped by everyone. And then Prabhupada writes an interesting purport on this pastime of Vaikuntha. He says the Lord's glorious activities referred to in this connection took place after his personal bodyguards Jai and Vijay became Daityas. So Jai and Vijay, it is my understanding that the Kumaras went and met Jai and Vijay in this Vaikuntha. Here, they didn't cross the material shell and go that side, and so they went and met Jai Vijay here, because every Vaikuntha has a Jai Vijay, Dwarapalaka, doorkeepers. And then they were cursed by these Kumaras, and then Jaya came as Hiranyaksha and had to fight with Varahadev. And that same Varahadev is mentioned in regard to Revata millennium. So even in same Varahadev is mentioned, he appeared even in Revata Manvantara. So there are 2 perspectives, realizations by the Acharyas. The fighting took place in the Manu, Swayambhuva Manu. However, that was another Varaha. That's one realization. And according to others, Varaha appeared during the Manvantara Swayambhuva Manu, and after he finished his fighting, he stayed in the water until Revata Manu. So that means after Swayambhuva Manu, all the other Manu, Swarochisha Manu, Uttama, Revata, Tamasare, then until Revata Manu he stayed there. How could this be possible? But Prabhupada says everything is possible because that's how the Supreme Lord works. Nothing is impossible for him. Very interesting and important point. Okay, then comes the Chakshusha Manvantara. This is a very beautiful one. So in the Chakshusha Manvantara, also Purusha, the sons, and then Devas, and the Mantra Druma was the Indra, then the Rishis, Havishman, Viraka, and then comes Ajita, who is the Supreme Lord's incarnation. Now this is a beautiful pastime that happened in the Chakshusha Manvantara, which is covered in the 8th canto as well. And this is the Samudra Manthan churning. So you can see what does the Lord do in this act, what is the Lord's activity? He produced nectar for Devatas by churning milk ocean. And in the tortoise form, he carried Mandara mountain on his back. So in the 6th Manvantara, Vishnu appeared as Ajita by Vairaja and Devasambhuti. And what did he do? He churned the ocean of milk. He produced nectar for the Devatas. In the form of a tortoise, he supported the Mandara mountain, which is a churning rod. Then the next question you should be asking, what are you talking? Why did he churn a milk ocean? For what reason did he stay in the water as a tortoise? Parikshit Maharaj asked. How did the demigods, why did the demigods need the nectar? Why did he do all this? And what other things were produced from the churning of the ocean? Kindly describe all this. And then Parikshit Maharaj goes on to say, oh wow, wonderful, you've asked such questions. All this is very purifying. And he starts explaining the pastime, what happened. So during Ajita's pastime, this is. So the demigods were cursed by Durvasa Muni. So once Indra was traveling on his Airavata elephant, and this Indra is always gets very puffed up. That's what happens when you have lot of wealth. You deride, others. I am so wealthy. So Indra also got very puffed up. Durvasa Muni, out of affection, gave him a wonderful garland. This Indra just, took it, threw it at Airavata, and Airavata took it in his trunk, not knowing, he put it and stamped it. And so Durvasa Muni felt very disrespected. So immediately he cursed poverty for Indra. He said, I curse you with poverty. So immediately, very soon after that, the Devatas, as you know, in the material universe, there's always some kind of fight between the Devatas, the demigods, the Devatas, and the Asuras, the demons. So immediately the demigods were attacked by these Asuras, and the Devatas immediately fell down because of the curse. They are not able to fight themselves back. They lost many lives and they became poverty stricken. And whenever there's any problem with the Devatas, they usually approach Brahma. And what happened? Brahma, who's the main person of the material universe in the top there, he became very concerned that the demons would take over the heavenly planets. Imagine if demons take over the government of your country. So concerned, he approached the Supreme Lord in Shweta Dvipa, which is Kshira Sagara, the milk ocean, and Brahma offered prayers. Just like when Kamsa was attacking, Bhumi Devi went to Brahma, Brahma took all the Devatas and also went to the Kshira Sagara and offered prayers. And the Lord responds. So what did the Lord say? He said, your time is not good, for their time is very good. The Supreme Lord advised demigods to make peace with the demons. So you make Shanti, peace with the demons, don't retaliate, be patient. Actually, the verse later says, patience and peace will give you victory also. When Arjuna, he said something different for that time and that circumstance, and here he's saying, as long as you're not flourishing, you should make a truce with the demons, make a peace deal with them. And Asuras who are now being favored by time, they're being favored by time. So just be tolerant, just be patient. So we should learn tolerance even when that we go through such a situation. Okay, so immediately endeavor to produce nectar. So what is the nectar? Amrita, which a person is about to die may drink to become immortal. So he's trying to support them by having them have nectar so that the demigods will not die and they can continue the affairs, administrative affairs of the universe. So he then says, oh, hey Devatas, in this milk ocean, there is all kinds of vegetables, grass, creepers, drugs. Drugs means like aushadhi, medicines. Then take the Mandara mountain as the churning rod and Vasuki snake as the rope for churning. Churn the ocean of milk with undiverted attention. So churn this ocean. Then the demigods will be engaged in labor. Then the demons will be engaged in labor. Then they're engaged in labor because they need labor. But you, the demigods, you will gain the actual result. The nectar produced from the ocean. So he's giving them we can say parihara, a solution. Okay, then Vishnu continues to say, by the churning process, many things will be generated from the ocean, including poison, gems, nectar, and beautiful women. But you should not get greedy or distracted by all these things. You should stick to your goal. What is that? To get the real purpose was to get nectar. Just like when you're milking a cow, let's say you want to do a goshala. When you milk the cow, you're going to get a kick, right? But you should not get distracted. Oh, because I got the kick. No, what is your purpose? You need the milk, you need the cream, you need the... So, like that, sometimes when you do certain things, there will be, when you do fire, there is smoke, but we want the fire. So, similarly, some bad thing may come, but we should always be fixed on our goal, which is to attain for us, Supreme Lord. But here in this case, for the demigods, is to attain the nectar. So, and then, Lord Shiva, Brahma, after offering their respectful obeisances to the Lord, returned to their abodes. So even Lord Shiva went with Brahma and offered prayers along with Brahma. All the demigods then approached Maharaj Bali. So Prahalad's son was Virochana and Virochana's son was Maharaj Bali. So Maharaj Bali is coming in the Daitya family of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So he was a demon, Maharaj Bali. So he was the commander-in-chief actually of the demons. So they went, so let's see, so the Devatas, they went to Bali Maharaj with a proposal to manufacture nectar. Now when the demons hear the word nectar, they're all going to get excited. Wow, no, they're not going to say no. And the Daityas, that is the demons, immediately accepted it. Why? That they thought since the demigods are already weak, when the nectar is produced, we will take it for our own purpose. For they had their own agenda. And the demigods, of course, they had their own agenda. The difference is that what? In the side of the Devatas, Lord Krishna, Vishnu is supporting on the side of the Devatas. And on the side of the demons, they do not care about Vishnu. Similarly, when Duryodhana goes to Krishna and Arjuna comes, Duryodhana says, I don't want you, Krishna. Give me your Sena. I want that. But Arjuna says, I want you, O Lord. And victory is always where the Lord is. We see in the last verse of the Bhagavad Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanuttara Tatra Vijaya Shri Bhutihi Tatadruya. So where there is Vijaya, victory there. So all over there's two parties, the God conscious party and the godless party. So the godless party is never happy or victorious, but those who have Krishna with them, always happy and victorious. So now, they went to meet Bali Maharaja, Devatas went and met, Bali Maharaja said okay, and an agreement was made, let's start churning and produce Amrita, nectar. So they took this Mandara mountain, as you see in the center, on the top is Ajita, and so the Mandara mountain was made of gold. Gold is heavier than stone. And they tried carrying this Mandara mountain, carrying all the Devatas and the demons. It was so heavy, they got so tired and dhamal, they fell down, it's like that. And then the Supreme Lord came with his Garuda and they just lifted like some, like how Krishna lifts Govardhan. That Mandara mountain was lifted very easily and then he put it in the milk ocean. Then next they took the Vasuki as a snake, as the rope. And then the Devatas were sitting in the mouth of the rope, and then demons were sitting on the tail of the snake. Then the demons always think the grass is greener on the other side. So they thought, why should we be on the tail? Tail is inauspicious. Let's go to the face side. So they said, we want the face side, only then we'll do the churning. So they went to the face side, and then demigods went to the tail side. And then when they started churning, what happened? There is no base. that mountain step thing like this, oscillating, falling, and all this. Then again they lost hope. And then this time Vishnu himself came as a tortoise. He went in and he pushed the Mandara mountain back up, and he gave the support in the form of a tortoise form. So again they got hope. And then these they demons, asuras, they thought, haha, now we're on the face side. They start pulling and they get all this fire, vomit, and everything from the face of the Vasuki. And so again, it didn't work out for them that way. Okay, so then this churning started, churning there, churning. Nothing is coming out, nectar is not coming out. Again, they became tired. And then what happened? Ajita himself personally began to churn the ocean for them. And when they churned and churned, first came the dangerous poison called Kalukuta or Halahala. That poison came out. First itself poison. Now, so much poison has come. What do? We don't want poison. No, we want Amrita. We came for Amrita. But poison has come. And this poison.
ಪ್ರಭು ಬಬಿನ ಪ್ರಭು
How do you mute? Hang on.
ಮತ್ತು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ.
Okay, it's muted. Okay. So this poison, as you know, no one wants poison, can affect everything. So Lord Shiva steps up. Lord Shiva said, I will drink it. I have to save humanity. That is the greatness of a devotee. They will take on anything to save a devotee, to save for the welfare of the living entities. So Lord Shiva, he drinks the entire poison, and that's why, and he keeps it in his throat, and that's why he's called Neelakanta. His poison, the poison rested here, so he drank all the poison. And when we drank, you can see few drops of poison fell down, and then the snakes, scorpions, they all drank the poison, and that's why they became poisonous. So the poison that these snakes and scorpions have is from that poison. That's how their source, and that's how they became poisonous. Okay, so that poison came out. After that, what came out? Surabhi cow came out, from who they could get ghee and all this for yagnas. Uchchaishrava horse came out. We see in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, among horses I am Uchchaishrava. Ashwanam Uchchaishrava in the 10th chapter. The Bali Maharaj took that horse. Elephant Airavata, which can travel in all directions, and some she elephants came out. Kaustubha gem came out. Parijata flower, not gem, sorry. Parijata flower came out. When the churning, all these are coming out. Then Apsaras came out, very beautiful, gorgeous women came out. Goddess Lakshmi came. Then when Goddess Lakshmi came, she had to select a husband. And all these demons were, we want Lakshmi, we want Lakshmi, we want Lakshmi. That's the point. Always demons want Lakshmi. They don't want Rama. They don't want Krishna. Look at Ravana. He wanted only Lakshmi. He didn't want Rama. So what happened? He was finished. We should always want Lakshmi Narayana, Sita Rama, Radha Krishna. That's why even when we do Lakshmi Puja, I always recommend don't do Lakshmi Puja alone. Then that becomes like Ravana, wanting money, wanting this. We should do Lakshmi Narayana Puja. Okay, so Lakshmi, she selected Lord the Vishnu as her husband, and these demons got very upset, and immediately another goddess came out, Varuni, the goddess of drinking, for the demons. And after that, a partial incarnation of Vishnu came out, known as Dhanvantari. You must have heard of Dhanvantari, who's the lord of Ayurveda. He came out with a pot of nectar. And immediately when he came out with this pot of nectar, these demons immediately came and snatched it away. Immediately. They're not like waiting for a second, took it away. They're so selfish. And so when they snatched away, what happened? The Devatas felt, oh God, no. We did all this for Amrita, Vishnu, Narayana, Krishna, protect us. Immediately, Lord comes as Mohini Avatara. And the Lord appears as Mohini Avatara, and he is extremely beautiful. Mohini, she is so beautiful. And immediately the demons are beautiful. They're all enamored by her beauty. They're all wowed by her beauty. And because of the knowing Mohini Avatar, knowing the weakness of the demons, she came in that form, and they got very weak. Now they said, whatever you say, we'll agree, Mohini. Whatever you say. Okay, Mohini, you settle this matter between us and the Devatas. She said, okay, very good. All of you sit in line. All of you sit here. One Devata's line, one demon's line. And then she starts giving nectar to the She's only giving to the Devatas. Now the demons are understanding there's some trick going on. So immediately one demon goes and sits in between sun and moon. And this demon is Svarbhanu. And then she's giving, and then this demon next to sun drinks. Just the minute you have to open a little like this to drink, right? That time they all saw the face. Sun and moon immediately exposed. This is a demon, this is a demon. Mohini immediately sent out a chakra and cut the head. And the top part of the face became Rahu and the bottom part became Ketu. That's how Rahu and Ketu came into existence. And so because the Rahu drank the nectar, but he didn't digest it, it got stuck in the throat. So it got stuck in the throat, and so he's living. Even though his thing was cut, he's living because he's got the nectar. That's why there's a planet called Rahu and Ketu. And if you see in the picture, you see it got cut, and all the blood mixed with the nectar fell on the ground. And when the blood fell on the ground with nectar, it turned into onion and garlic. That is why we recommend don't eat onion and garlic. So even then they say, hey, no, but garlic has got herbal properties. Yes, why? Because the thing was mixed with amrita. So it has herbal properties, but the blood is also mixed with it. So it creates a negative effect on the consciousness. Though it may give you temporary relief for the body, for your digestion, or some people have onion juice for respiratory issues and all that. So anyway, that's how onion garlic came, and the lower portion became Ketu. And because Rahu and Ketu were exposed by sun and moon, they're especially Rahu, they're always inimical or like an enemy with sun and moon. And that is why when Rahu and sun come together, they come together with the moon. There is a solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. Rahu goes and swallows that moon, and because he has no head, the moon comes out. That period of swallowing and transitioning through his mouth is lunar eclipse, which is coming this Sunday evening. And then we have a solar eclipse, end of the month, I think, or somewhere September 21st or 22nd. So that's how eclipses are created. Okay, so you can see it from astronomical Jyotish perspective also. Okay, then, so that happens. And then now all the demigods have drunk Amrita. I gotta speed up here. All the demigods have drunk Amrita. So there is the demons are very angry, they're very grieved, they're very envious. So they start fighting again with the demigods. This time the demigods have strength. So the demons are defeated. Then the demons, they start all magical illusions and whatever they can do in their power, and they start killing many Devata soldiers. Again, Devatas are like, we lost so many people. Vishnu, please protect us. And then Lord appears in 8-handed form with different weapons. And he protects the Devatas, and many demons get killed. Indra starts fighting with Bali, and Bali is defeated and he falls. Then he falls and he's lost his senses and consciousness there almost. Then Narada Muni on Brahma's instruction comes and ends the war. And then Shukracharya revives Bali Maharaja, and that's why Bali Maharaja is very grateful and takes Shukracharya like his guru after that. Yeah. So then after that, what happened is when Lord Shiva then heard about this Mohini Avatara, he got bewildered. He's like, I want to know about this. I want to know. I want to see this form. So he, in chapter 12, he mounts his bull Nandi and he goes to see the Mohini form of the Lord. He gets agitated and then later he gets pacified. When he sees Mohini Avatara, he says, wow, and then he pacifies himself as a pure Vaishnava. So that was the 6 avatars, 6 Manvantaras. Now 13th chapter comes to the 7th Manvantara, which is Vaivasvata Manu, or also known as Shraddha Deva Manu, and that is the current Manvantara we are all in. We are all currently in the Vaivasvata Manu. If you hear any puja in the Sankalpa, they will say Vaivasvata Manvantare, Dutiya Pararde, Adya, Kaveri Nagare, Kaveri Tire, whatever, Sriranga Patne, like that, the puja, they will say the Sankalpa. So this is Vaivasvata Manu. And in this Manvantara, Lord Vamana Dev appeared. Lord Vishnu appeared as Lord Vamana. Krishna appeared as Lord Vamana, which is covered in the 13th chapter. And then it continues to discuss all the other Manus. 8th Manu is Savarni, and in this Manu, Indra will be Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaja will become Indra. We are going to read how now, because this Manvantara, that pastime happened between Bali and Vamana, and Lord pleased with him, he gives him Indra position in the next life. 9th Manu is Daksha Savarni, 10th is Brahma Savarni, 11th is Dharma Savarni, 12th Manu is Rudra Savarni, 13th is Deva Savarni, 14th Manu is Indra Savarni. And all these Manus in that chapter, 13th chapter, right? Yeah, 13th chapter has all the details of who are the Saptarishi Mandala, who is the Supreme Lord who is going to descend in that Manvantara, who is going to be Indra, who are their sons. All the 6 things, categories are all covered there. So if you have time, please read it. It's very interesting. And as I said, these period of these Manus time. Okay, then Bali and Vamana pastime happens. Then Bali is defeated, right? He's now revived by Shukracharya. He still takes it as a challenge. He performs these yagnas. He awards a lot of these brahmanas. He becomes very nice to all these brahmanas. He awards them, and then he gets power again, and he starts attacking Indra. Not only attacking, he is so powerful now that he conquers the kingdom of Indra. He sends Indra out, and he takes over Indraloka, Svargaloka, heavenly planet. He takes over Indraloka itself, and now once you take over that, all the demigods are out. So, because Indra is known as the king of heaven, so Aditi, who is the mother of the Devatas, that's why whoever is born of Aditi is known as Aditya. Sun is Aditya, the demigods, and we will see also Vamana is born of Aditi and Kashyapa. So Kashyapa Muni then tells Aditi, don't worry, spirit, material body, matter and spirit, it's all those on spiritual knowledge he instructs. But still she's a mother, she's still concerned. All my sons who are Adityas, they're all been removed. What is this? And then he suggests you please worship Janardana, Vishnu, Vasudeva, Krishna. And then she also still not convinced and she wants something to be done. He says, okay, do perform Payovrata. So through this process of Payovrata, they are going to get the Lord to agree to become their son and set things right. So the Lord is very pleased with the performance of the Payovrata. I think it's for like 13 or 2 weeks, 13 days, I think, almost. At the request, so you can read it up, you have to only drink milk and different things. Some people who want a child still do that Payovrata sometimes. So the Lord agreed to become her son, and that son was Vamana Dev. So all description of Lord Vamana, how he appeared, his bodily features, his transcendental features, how beautiful he is, his pastimes are all discussed in these chapters in more detail. So Lord Vamana Dev then appears to the sacrificial arena where Maharaj Bali is doing sacrifice, yajna. And there Bali Maharaj is charmed, he is like amazed at seeing Vamana Dev. Remember, Bali Maharaj awards all Brahmanas from the Vishwajit Yagna. So, and that's why Vamana Dev has also come as a Brahmana avatar, a small boy as a Brahmana, Brahmachari, Vatu, he said. And he requested the Lord, so he said, oh, so beautiful Brahmana, ask me whatever you want, money, jewels, anything you want, you ask me. Then he said, I just need 3 paces of land, that's it. See my small feet, 1, 2, 3, 3 paces of land, that's it you give me. That's it? Okay, done, you'll get it. That's very insignificant. Then Shukracharya said, no, be careful, this is Vishnu. He will take away everything from you. He will take away all your material wealth. Don't give. Shukracharya advised Bali Maharaj to withdraw his promise, take away your promise. But Bali Maharaj said, even if I am poverty stricken, I will give. Then Shukracharya actually curses Bali Maharaj, saying, you will lose everything. I curse you to become poverty stricken. Well, that's what's going to happen anyway, whether he cursed or not. So Vamana then, in his first step, he covered the entire surface of this earth with 1 footstep, the sky and this body. with his body, and in all directions with his arms he covered. Then Bali had to give. Then second step, he took over the whole world, whole universe, all the heavenly planets, this, that, and his foot extended higher and higher beyond all the loka, Satyaloka. It actually went and cracked the edge, and from there the water which is outside the universe entered, touching his feet, which becomes Ganga. So that is why Ganga is very auspicious, because it comes from there. And then the force was so heavy, Brahma keeps it in his Kamandalu. The force is still heavy. It comes and as Lord Shiva said, I will take her on my head. And then it comes to our planet, Bhuloka here. I mean, goes through different regions and comes. Anyway, so that was the second test step. Now he has no more place to give. What else can he give? So they actually started, he said, okay, for my third step, what do you have? And they actually arrested Bali Maharaja, that he could not satisfy the third promise, the third step. But being Bali Maharaja, he did. He decided to give his head in charity. He said, Lord, take my head in charity as a place for Vishnu's third step. And Vishnu was so moved, so pleased, that he told Bali Maharaja, you will become the king of Indraloka in the next period of Manvantara known as Savarni. And until then, you will stay in Sutala planet, which is made by Vishwakarma. And I am personally there taking care of it. You will be free from all problems, mental miseries, bodily miseries, fatigue. And you go live there peacefully. I will personally take care of you. If anyone troubles you, any demons troubles you, transgress any of your rules, I will kill them with my Sudarshana disc. I shall always I will be there, give you protection, and you can always see me. So Bali Maharaja is the champion in Atma Nivedana, in sacrifice. In Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Every seva, like Shravanam is Parikshit Raja, Kirtanam Shukadev Goswami, Vandanam is Akrura, like that. For Atma Nivedana, sacrifice, Bali Chakravarti, Bali Maharaj is the role model. That's why Bali itself means, like in Kannada, English, Hindi, Sanskrit, I think even in English now, Bali means sacrifice to them. Okay, then chapter 23 then describes how Bali Maharaja along with his grandfather Prahalada enters the planet Sutala, and how the Supreme Personality of Godhead allowed Indra to re-enter the heavenly planets. So Indra and all the other demigods come back and take back their planets. Bali Maharaj is given Sutala. Okay, and then chapter 24. So in this chapter, now the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is eternally situated in his transcendental position. Yet, so Parikshit Maharaj then asks, he is eternally situated. Now I want to know about the first incarnation, which was that of the great fish. O most powerful Shukadev Goswami, I wish to hear from you about the pastimes of that fish incarnation. So the fish incarnation, the Lord comes in two fish incarnations. Once he comes as accepted the abominable fish in the Hayagriva avatar. So anyway, what was the purpose for which the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted the form of a fish? Because fish is considered a very low kind of living entity, right? You're in the water, dirty water, from a human form to a thing. So, and why did he come? And all these things in the form of a fish. That time, he says, at the end of the previous kalpa, a demon named, so there are two Matsya avatars, fish avatars. Once he comes, because the Hayagriva Asura, this demon, wanted to take away the Vedic knowledge from Lord Brahma. So at that time of annihilation, so he took the form of Supreme Lord as a fish. He took at the beginning period of the Swayambhuva Manu and saved the Vedas. Then there's another, during the reign of the 6th Manvantara, Chakshusha Manu, there was a king named Satyavrata, who was a great pious ruler. To save him, the Lord appeared as a fish incarnation for the second time. And the same Satyavrata this is Chakshusha Manvantara, which is number 6. In 7th Manvantara, he comes as the Lord, he comes as the son of Sun God, as Vaivasvata Manu. So actually, in some points I forgot, there was, in that portion of the chapter, Vaivasvata Manu also talks about how Saturn, Chaya Putra, comes between Sun and his wife Chaya, about Saturn and all these different Bruhaspati, different planets are also discussed. So in this story of King Satyavrata, he was doing a lot of tapasya. See this. He was doing a lot of tapasya. So he was only drinking water. And once he was drinking water in one of the rivers, Kritamala river, and he was offering oblations of water. He was offering, like oblations of water. That time when he was doing like this, he found a small fish. The fish appeared. Then the fish said, "You please give me protection. Please give me protection." So the king kept him in a safe place. But he didn't know the fish is Supreme Lord. So the king kept it in a small cup. The fish started getting bigger. No, I need a bigger space. He gets bigger, and he gets bigger, and then finally he gets so big that he got to know. The king understood the fish was no one else than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he requested the Lord to tell, "Why did you come as an incarnation of a fish?" That time, the Supreme Lord, being very pleased with the king, told him that within a week there will be an inundation of the universe, there will be a flood of the universe, and that he has come to protect the king. So he said, "You collect along with all the rishis, herbs, seeds, and living entities, all of you get on a boat and tie it to my fish horn." And after saying this, the Lord disappeared. Then he did all that, and the king saw the boat coming. They all got on board, and this way the Supreme Lord protected King Satyavrata. And being very pleased with him, he also taught Maharaj Satyavrata and the saintly persons about Vedic knowledge. And Satyavrata was made the Vaivasvata Manu in the next life, or in the next Manvantara. So that's how he came. So that concludes the 24th chapter of the 8th canto. So what is the 8th canto completely about? It is about all the different, it is the topic of the Manvantaras. There are 14 Manus. In each Manvantara, the Supreme Lord has appeared. We saw at least 7 of them today, because we are today in the Vaivasvata Manu. And in the major pastimes that were covered, Parikshit Maharaj asks Shukadev Goswami is, what happened in the 4th Manvantara about Gajendra. That is about 3 chapters. And then we went to the 5th Manvantara, and the 6th Manvantara is when the pastime of Samudra Manthan happened. And then all those wonderful things came out, Amrita came out, and the demons and the demigods, they had a fight. And just for that pastime, Krishna came as Ajita, he came as a tortoise, he came in an 8-handed form to protect the demigods, and he came as Mohini Avatara. And then the Rahu pastime happened. And then after that, Bali Maharaja is revived, and then he does yagna, and then he takes over Indraloka. Aditi prays for a Supreme Lord. He comes as Vamanadev, and as Vamanadev he transforms Bali Maharaja. Bali Maharaja gives up everything and becomes a great devotee, and he's awarded Sutala planet and Indra position in his next life. And then he Indra and the Devatas take over Indraloka and Swargaloka, heavenly planets. And then finally, in the last chapter, Parikshit Maharaj asks about the Matsya Avatara, in the Chakshusha Manvantara Avatara, and in the Swayambhu Manu. Mainly the Chakshusha Manu, the first one was Swayambhu Manu, but the whole chapter describes about this chapter of King Satyavrata and how he was protected by Matsya Avatara in Chakshusha Manu. So that concludes the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavata. So any questions, please feel free to unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna. Devotees can ask if any questions, if anybody has. Please unmute and ask.
Or they can post
Hare
it.
Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you said 2 fishes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Which are the 2 that I didn't understand?
It's there in this Slide Mataji. One fish is the avatara in the time of the Swayambhuva Manu, where he protects the Vedas, which are taken away from Brahma by the Hayagriva demon. There's one demon called Hayagriva, and he takes away the Vedas from Brahma. So he comes to restore the Vedic knowledge. And the second one is to protect King Satyavrata, the king.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Why did the Supreme Lord, he is very supreme and everything is according to his will and wish only, everything happened. Why did he create demons?
Mataji, the Lord is, it's like asking when the government set up the state of Karnataka, why did they create, or when the government of India set up, why did they create Tihar jail?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear.
Mataji, check your audio.
Yes, now I can hear.
Yeah, so I was saying, when the government is formed, the government creates certain a jail, a Tihar jail. And in the Tihar jail, they create certain kinds of punishment to transform people. So he created certain demons so that he can fight with them. It's nice to fight with your friends in a fun way than to fight with enemies. So he created Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu through Jai and Vijay to fight with them. So certain things are created for his pleasure, and certain things people are envious of him because he has given free will. He didn't create demons. He gave everyone free will. So some demons he plays with for his pleasure, and others he has given them a free will, and it's how you misuse your free will. Even Krishna tells Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, Yatha ichasi tatha kuru. I have told you everything, now it's up to you. You want to do, you do. You don't want to do, you don't do. So he didn't create demons as such, he created free will. And that free will misused has turned people envious, angry, kama, krodha, and all these things. So that's the thing the Lord does. He never controls everyone's free will. That's your choice.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Anybody else has any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I have one doubt. Actually, it is the doubt of my brother who asked me, like, see, if a person commits a crime, a terrorist, say, for example, so he'll be given a punishment. And before, like, if the punishment, if what the crime that he made was severe, then death punishment also will be given. But before executing, like, they will check whether he is mentally stable, physically fit to place that order. But whereas in normal life, there is like karma will, we always say any bad thing happens, it's our karma, we say. But what karma we don't know. So why is it that, see, if we get a punishment, we must be knowing for what mistake we have done, because even in court, the court will give, tell the offender that this is the mistake you have done, so this is the punishment that we are giving. But whereas why God doesn't let us know, like, this is the mistake that you did, that is why you are facing this problem.
He will let you know.
What could be the reason?
He will let you know, but because you are wearing one dress, this body, doesn't mean he's not letting you know. There is a court. It is called the court of Yamaraj. When you go to the court of Yamaraj, there is Chitragupta who is taking secret photos, and they do a PowerPoint presentation of you there. That time you will see all your previous life's karma, mistakes, and accordingly you are given a judgment. So we are saying, don't go to that court. You do bhakti and you only go up. Yamaloka is down. So just this body is considered a dress. For you it is 75 years old, But from a Brahma's perspective, that it is like not even 7 millisecond. I told you, right? Brahma's one day is 311 trillion years. So you have to see from that perspective. So for them, it's like our life is over like this. We changed address, we changed address. So we get to know. It's but in this body, we cannot know what we did in previous life or all our karmas, because Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna also, I remember everything, but you do not. Because why? Because we are changing bodies. But Krishna never changes his body. He's got the same body throughout. So there is a court. It's Yamaloka. So that time we get to know. That's why if we ever go there. But anyone who takes to Bhagavatam and Krishna, their journey is only upward, and they will never face any bad karmas going forward and forward and forward. Okay,
Thank you,
Ravi?
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat Pranams.
Pranam, pranam.
Very blissful session, Prabhuji. We are very happy with it. And our Lord is so great. He is very Karunamayi. Even the demons, they became great kings and they did devotional services and they become his bhaktas. So we are very, even now we think we too can try and we too can become his devotees and we can reach him. I think, Prabhuji. Thank
Very
you
nice.
very much.
Very nice.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam.
Prabhuji, I want to know, it is written in the scripture that where Vaman Maharaj had come to bless Bali Maharaj.
Who came?
Vaman Maharaj to bless Bali Maharaj.
8th canto. This is the book we are talking about today. In the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is
No,
covered.
please, Prabhu. As like people in Kerala, they celebrate Onam.
Yeah.
Where they say that Mahabali comes and once in a Onam, he says, and that happened during this time only, they say. Is there any connection between this?
I don't know. I mean, they say Onam is connected to Vamanadev appearance, but Vamanadev appearance and thing happened in this Vaivasvata Manvantara, in this Manvantara. So that's the only thing I know. I don't know what they say, extra they say in Kerala. Bali means Bali Maharaja, who gave his life in sacrifice to the Supreme Lord, and Supreme Lord gave him such great rewards.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. My understanding is that Hare Krishna, this is Gaurachandra Bhagnadas here. Yes, Onam connected to Bali Maharaj. He stays in Sutala Loka, but it is understood that he comes in once in a day to visit, and so that is why they celebrate very famous this Onam. Yes, it is connected to Bali Chakravarti Maharaj, because that province he was ruling as well. So they very fondly they will celebrate in that festival.
Hare Krishna.
I forgot to also mention tomorrow is Vaman Dwadasi, so it's a nice time to discuss the Katha Vaman Dev, and so Vaman Dwadasi tomorrow.
Hare Krishna, anyone has any other question? So I want a quick feedback because I've not been hearing from all of you. How is the session so far? Any corrections or anything you want us to improve? Kindly let us know. This is the opportunity because we want to improve and serve you nicely. So if there are any challenges, you can openly speak, and you're always welcome your feedback. Anyone want to share quickly your feedback? If not, I will take another 5 minutes before we're winding up the session. Smith Prabhu, I've just put you one slide in the chat. See if you can able to project it. So today we have discussed about the Vamana Charitra. Prabhu has wonderfully explained. Every chapter has its Falasruti. What is the benefit of hearing this? And today, you can open sloka number 8.23.30. 8.23.30. Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 23 chapter, sloka number 30. No, you can select the Veda base as well. 8.23.30. I'll come to this later. So in this Palasruti, those who hear Vamana Charitra, today you are on Yaga, this auspicious day you have heard it. Prabhupada writes, if one hears about the uncommon activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations, he is certainly elevated to the higher planetary system or even brought back home, back to Godhead. So the auspiciousness of hearing Vamana Dev, especially Yagadasi, Prabhupada writes that those who hear definitely go back to Godhead. So if you all see that this Charitra is very important, especially, Pitru Paksha is coming. Next is Pitru Paksha. After this, Bhagavata Sapthaha is happening on 7th of September, Bhadra Purnima. Immediately after that, 15 days is Pitru Paksha coming. There are a lot of people, karma kanda activities they do. As a devotee, what it means to us. That's what I want to quickly talk about 2-3 minutes. Then I'll leave you with that thought. So what happens is Pitru Paksha, many do saying that, there'll be a lot of family problems coming because of Pitru Dosha. Everybody's tried to do Mahalyamasha, all this Pindadan and things like that, which are absolutely fine. But what is the soul can get benefit? The soul can be only benefited if it is anything related to Vishnu. By just doing rituals, it will not reach. There is a separate loka called Pitru Loka. And Pitru Loka, there is a Pitru Devatas are there. Our Pitrus forefather might be in different yonis. We don't know. They might be human form. They might be in other species of life. We don't know. We can't directly communicate, or they cannot directly communicate. So whatever we offer that goes to the Pitru Devatas, then they know where are our Pitrus currently staying, and they would try to reach them. Now it is very clear that Pitru Devatas, they're all devotees of Vishnu. They accept only what is Prasadam of Vishnu. They don't accept anything else. That's why even Pindadana we do, we need to add till. Why till we are adding? That is the perspiration comes out of Vishnu's body. Kusha grass, that is Varahadev's hair, which fell down when he was lifting the Mother Earth. So they said anything Mahaprasadam, we will accept it. So for Vaishnavas, what it means? Vaishnavas, it means that we have to do Brahmana Puja. Prasadam you offer to Lord, then you call many Vaishnavas and feed them. That benefit you give it to the forefathers, then they will accept it. Not everything they don't accept it. Other thing is that chanting of this, especially Vamana Katha, Charitra from chapter 15 to 23, you can recite and give this phala to your forefathers. Third, you can donate Srimad Bhagavatam. There is nothing like giving Srimad Bhagavatam as a donation. You might have already, but you give on the person who has passed away. So these are the things it will reach to the person forefathers. Because the Devatas are very clear. Anything related to Vishnu, Vishnu Prasadam only, they will accept that, they will pass it on to our forefathers. So this Vamana Charitra is related to this Pitrupaksha. I just thought I'll bring you this. Our Bhagavatam has solution for everything, right? So our ultimate objective is that how do we get love of God by reading this so much pastime? Because we are all sons who didn't listen to him, we came to this place. And Krishna is trying various means. See, I'm taking Vamana avatar, I'm taking Narsimha avatar, I'm taking Varaha avatar. Please come back. If not, he will send Prabhupada, he will send Madhvacharya, he will send Ramanujacharya. See, I can't take incarnation every time. I have some other place taking incarnation. Meanwhile, you go and preach this Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just 500 years ago, Krishna himself came and he distributed this Bhagavatam without seeing any qualities. I'll just tell you one story. Then after that, I will conclude. And one time, Radharani, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, when Radharani is born, he was giving a lot of away. He told everyone, you in the hand you can hold this little bit only. You bring your vessel at home, whatever you have, big vessel. I will put everything. So he was giving. There is one person who came. He said, I don't have any vessel. He said, no, you won't get the vessel. So Radharani was so much worried, saying that how can one of my son, he did not get any wealth because he didn't had a vessel, patra. So then Krishna understood the mood. He said, in Kali Yuga, I will come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I will not see any patra means it is one vessel which is holding. Another thing is character. He said, I will not see anybody. He is in Christian, Muslim, Hindu, doesn't matter. He is ugly, educated, uneducated. He has abilities done punya karma, pious karma. I don't know anything. I will give them the love of Godhead. And Mahaprabhu has told, Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas Tadama Vrindavanam Ramyaka Chidvipashna Vrajavado Vargena Va Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. So in Chaitanya Manjusa, Acharya is telling that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended reading the Srimad Bhagavatam every day. He would recite, Krishna himself would read and recite this Bhagavatam every day. So I humbly request all of you, kindly take this Bhagavatam, spread across all the people. If you have one, take one and try to distribute others. In this Bhadra Purnima, generally you all know it is volume. Every book is volume, 18,000 shlokas. 18 volumes are there, 12 cantos, 18 volumes. Even one book, if you put 1,000 rupees price, it is 18,000 rupees. But ISKCON, we are trying to put and bring it to half, and it's we are giving a 10,000 regular price. But Bhadra Purnima time, we have just slashed it to 8,000 rupees only. And you can pay in installment as well. We want to facilitate people who are taking this Srimad Bhagavatam and get the benefit, because you are inviting Krishna at home. Yesterday, there were Matajis in the Kannada group, about 5-6 of them. They said we want Bhagavatam, and today I delivered them. They did puja and they invited home Krishna. So wherever there is Krishna, there is auspiciousness, as Palasurti says for this Vamana Dev, right? You definitely go back to God by hearing, reciting. All the devatas, they will come and pay obeisances to the Srimad Bhagavatam in your house. So such auspicious thing. We are trying to promote this, everybody should have. And second thing, not only promoting, we also regularly teach every day one shloka. We'll make you to read this entire Bhagavatam, right? Like-minded people, we get together in the morning. There are very Zoom calls happening. There is no charge. You can join anytime. Every day, regularly, we read one shloka. So, and we get our life, perfection. The perfection of life is surrender to Bhagavatam. Take up this Srimad Bhagavatam, because it takes a lot of time to read, but you have to start somewhere. So, did you lose somewhere?
Yeah, Prabhu, for some 5-10 seconds we lost. That's it.
Okay, so this is my humble request. Those who are interested, please put your name and phone number in the chat. Our admin will keep in touch with you. If you want to pay an installment, that's also okay. We want to facilitate. Basically, we want to promote this Bhagavatam as well, and everyone can take the benefit. And please continue to attend these sessions till Sunday. Don't break it in between. The complete Bhagavatam, you will get the phala of hearing the entire Bhagavatam. So we have done with 8th chapter, and 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Sunday will be the last day. So kindly be in touch and promote this to your family and friends. Let them come and hear also. So I request all of you humbly to at least 4 or 5 people. You can post this link and they can hear it till Sunday. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And a lot of thanks to Radharaman Prabhu. Prabhu's there.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Lot of thanks to you, Prabhu. A wonderful session today, and your sessions are always very enlightening. So I think everybody liked the session. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Prabhu.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So with this, we will end the session, and please join tomorrow for Canto 9 overview. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.